So here we are, finally the best smartwatch video of 2021. Now we have done a similar video previous year which got around 2 million views. But over the time a lot has changed. For example, back then I was using the Galaxy watch. But then I switched to the Apple watch for a year and then the Oppo watch and the OnePlus watch. So yeah, a lot has changed. And if you are confused which smartwatch to buy, well, after watching this video you will have a crystal clear idea of not only which is the best smartwatch for you, but also the upcoming smartwatches. So this is Mrinal, you're already watching TechVisor, and let's go. In this video we will cover the Apple Watch 6, Galaxy Watch Active 2, Oppo Watch, OnePlus Watch and Realme Watch S. Of course, in this video I won't be talking about the accuracy, fitness tracking and all the features of these smartwatches individually because we have already done a lot of videos on them, so go check them out. But in this video we will be talking mostly about what are the differences between all these smartwatches and what are the things that you should consider. With that said, let's go. Okay, so first up we have the most sold smartwatch in the world. Yes, you guessed it right, the Apple Watch. Now I use the Apple Watch 6 that I purchased for 40,000 rupees, but you can also get the Apple Watch SE for 30,000 rupees. It doesn't have few features like SpO2, ECG and always on display, which won't matter to most of the people. Now I know the Apple Watch only works with iPhone, which most of the Team TechVisor don't have. However, the reason I'm putting the Apple Watch in the first position in this video is because it set a standard for all the other smartwatches and it will help you to understand what is missing in other smartwatches. For example, let's say if at present this Apple Watch is at around 100, then all the other smartwatches will be around 60 or 70. Mostly because the fitness tracking, integration with the Apple ecosystem and the app availability in this Apple Watch is far better than all the competition. For example, My Society uses an application called MyGate to allow guest entry, and with Apple Watch I can directly approve entries right from the watch without having to pick my smartphone. All the other smartwatches don't have this feature. Another edge that Apple Watch has is its fitness features. For example, it's the only watch that can take reliable ECG, and I did use it once in the hospital. Also, I'm sure most of you have heard the news. Many times the Apple Watch has saved lives using the SOS feature. Now, similarly with the Apple Watch, you can control your Apple TV, divert calls, control your iPhone camera and do many more practical things in the Apple ecosystem directly from the watch. Overall, Apple has set a really high standard for smartwatches with their Apple Watch, and there are rumors that the Apple Watch Series 7 will also feature blood glucose monitoring via non-invasive optical sensor. If that happens, it will be revolutionary. I doubt it will happen, but I'm really looking up for that. And speaking of Apple, if you want to buy stocks in Apple or any other your favorite US company, then you can use the Andy Money app. But should you even buy US stocks? Well, since we are talking about the Apple smartwatch, let me share a fun fact with you. Well, do you know if you would have invested 1 lakh rupees in Apple 10 years ago, then this would have been equal to 20 lakh rupees today. But how do you invest in US stocks sitting in India? Well, that's where Andy Money comes in. While IND Money offers zero commissions on buying and selling US stocks, it lets you open US account for free and has a fully integrated experience in the app. Simply tap, select the stocks, check their returns, and if you like it, then you can buy it. And the best part is you don't even have to buy one full share. You can buy as little as 100 rupees. Of course, this shouldn't be taken as a financial advice and you should do your proper research before investing. And best of all, Andy Money is absolutely safe. It's SEBI registered and certified by Google security assessment platform Bishopbox. So just like you can buy Apple Watch in India, you can also buy Apple stocks via the Andy Money app. Go check it out, first link in the description below. Now moving on. So now that you have the idea of how good this Apple Watch is, let's check out the other smartwatches. Okay, next up we have the Galaxy Watch. Lately it comes in two variants, the Galaxy Watch and the Galaxy Watch Active. Now the difference between these two is basically the Galaxy Watch has rotating bezels while the Active doesn't. Although the outer bezel in the Active 2 is touchscreen and can also be used as a dialer. And of course, the Galaxy Watch is a bit more expensive than the Active one, and I have used both of them and I would say the experience is pretty much the same. In both the Galaxy Watch, you can take calls, reply to notifications, and there is also Bixby for hands-free commands. Another good thing that I like about the Galaxy Watch is that the battery is also pretty decent, which lasts 1 or 2 days. The only minor thing that Galaxy Watch lacks compared to the Apple Watch is the app support. Now, while there are a lot of applications that you can install from the Galaxy Store, these applications are mostly hit or miss. In past 2 years of using this smartwatch, I have never installed an application from the Galaxy Store, but for everything else, it's really a good smartwatch. Now, in the recent MWC event, Samsung has made a huge announcement that their next smartwatch lineup, that is the Galaxy Watch 4, will have Android Wear instead of Tizen OS. This is huge. A lot of people are waiting for it, including me. But this doesn't mean that the Galaxy Watch 3 or even the Active 2 is not worth considering now. Samsung has said while the recent watches will not get the Wear OS update, but they will get the 3 years of Tizen OS update. So even if you buy a Galaxy Watch Active 2 or even a Galaxy Watch 3, you're pretty safe there. Okay, so next up we have the Oppo Watch, which runs on Android Wear OS. Now when I first tried the Oppo Watch, I didn't have a lot of expectation, but the Oppo Watch is actually surprisingly good for an Android watch. The reason behind that is pretty simple. Before using the Oppo Watch, I was using a TIC watch which also runs on Android Wear, but the experience there was terrible. There was so much lag in it that it was practically impossible to use. But with Oppo Watch, well, Oppo Watch is completely lag-free, the display is pretty good, the build quality is pretty solid, and unlike the previous Android watches which used to hang, I didn't see any lag in this Oppo Watch. Also, the Oppo Watch has a Google Play Store, so you can install plenty of applications and it will run well as well. Moreover, you have Google Assistant for hands-free command like setting up a timer or alarm, which I use quite often. Now, if you want to know more about the Oppo Watch, check out the video that we did. But the TLDR version is, it's a pretty good watch, especially for an Android watch. And the only problem that I face is the battery life. I have a 41mm watch and the battery barely lasts a single day. But many people on the internet have said that they have the 46mm, which lasts up to 1 or 1.5 days, like the Apple Watch or any other Galaxy Watch for that matters. Overall, if you're looking for a smartwatch that runs on Android Wear OS, then you can either get the Oppo Watch 46mm or you can also wait for the Galaxy Watch 4. Now moving on to the latest release, the OnePlus Watch. Now I'm sure most of you have heard a lot about the OnePlus Watch. It's the only watch in the history that has received so many negative reviews, especially from the Western media. And I have the same opinion that we discussed in a previous video. But the TLDR version is, now we don't recommend OnePlus Watch to most people out there. Although it has a really nice build quality, the screen is pretty good and the battery lasts 14 days. But for the price of 14,000 rupees, well, it has 3 major problems. Number 1, the watch is only available at 46mm, which is a big enough for many people, and 40mm is a good start. Second, the watch lets you pick up calls, but there's no reply to notification, which is again a very important feature for a smartwatch. And the third reason not to buy the OnePlus Watch is, well, there's no app store on it. Not even that, there's no voice assistant like you get in Siri with Apple Watch or even Google Assistant or Tizen on Android and Samsung Watch. In simple words, OnePlus Watch is basically a good looking fitness band which looks like a smartwatch. So if you want to buy a good looking fitness tracker, you're better off buying a Realme Watch S rather than this one. Now for the last segment, I had a lot of options like the Amazfit GTR 2, the Mi Watch Revolve and the Realme Watch S. Now, most of the smartwatch that you get below 12,000 range, well, that's basically a fitness tracker that looks like a smartwatch. That is, they don't have reply to notification, they don't have calling feature, and there is no app store, so no voice assistant as well. So it makes sense that you might buy the cheapest one possible as well, which is why I picked the Realme Watch S. It's the cheapest smartwatch that you can get for 5,000 rupees, and in fact you can even get it for 4,000 rupees on sale. Now we have done a dedicated video on Realme Watch S comparing it with the GTS Mini 2, so you can check it out for more clarity. However, what I really like about the Realme Watch S is that the build quality is pretty good and the fitness tracking is to the point. It won't give you smart features like calling, reply to notification or even app support etc. But you will be able to measure your heart rate, blood oxygen level and change watch face etc. But most importantly, unlike actual smartwatches which only last a day or two, one of the benefits of using these type of watches is that they can last 10 to 14 days. Overall, these are the best smartwatches available right now. If you are an iPhone user, then for most people, Apple Watch SE is a far better option than the Apple Watch 6. And if you're an Android user, well, then you can wait for the Galaxy Watch 4. It's gonna come with Wear OS in next few days. However, there are rumors that it's gonna be priced a little bit more expensive. So yeah, keep that in mind. That being said, the Oppo Watch 46mm as well as the Galaxy Watch Active 2 is a good option for most of the Android user out there. And if you're thinking of getting a OnePlus watch, well, you're better off saving 10,000 rupees and get the Realme Watch S instead. The only thing you will lose is the calling feature. Either way, which smartwatch did you like the most and which are you planning to buy? Let me know in the comments below. As always, it's Minal. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.